Good day, vessels of light, mountain weed here. If you saw my last show, you saw me talking to a man named Zeke. Zeke and I have stayed in touch via Facebook. We poke each other. He wanted to come back on my show. I think he's crazy, but his missing tooth amuses me. Zeke, you remind me of the redneck character on The Simpsons with the missing teeth.
Whatever. As long as we can talk about veganism again, I'm glad to be here.
Sure. You know, Zeke, I'll never be a vegan. But you'll be happy to know that because of you, I can no longer eat eggs. I keep thinking that eating eggs is like having oral sex with chickens.
That's great, Mountain Weed. You don't have to eat anything that comes out of a vagina. Well, if you're with your lady and you want to play with some fruits and veggies in the bedroom, then it's okay to eat something that came out of a vagina. But as far as other things that come out of vaginas, like eggs and babies, you don't want to eat any of that stuff.
I told you that I don't eat baby cows, Zeke. But I do like to eat chicken, pork, beef, and turkey. Okay, just be happy that I no longer eat eggs. Don't get pushy.
Eating flesh is just as disgusting as eating eggs, Mountain Weed.
Zeke, let's come back to reality for a moment. People have been eating animals for thousands of years.
People have been raping and murdering for thousands of years too. Doesn't make it right.
Zeke, if we all became vegans, we would eat all the plants, and plants would go extinct. Then we would all starve and die. Zeke, if we didn't eat animals, then there would be too many animals, and they would take over the world. They would kick us out of our houses, and there would be cows sleeping in our beds, and pigs sitting on our couches watching our televisions, and they wouldn't let us use the remote control. And then there'd be chickens in the kitchen eating all our food and going poop all over our fine china.
Mountain Weed, calm down.
Zeke, we have to keep the animal population in check. We have to eat a variety of plants and animals. We have to keep the circle of life a circle so that it doesn't become a triangle or a parallelogram or something like that.
Mountain Weed, relax. Animals don't want to kick you out of your house. Cows don't want to sleep in your bed. Pigs don't want your remote control. Chickens don't want to go poop on your fine china. Okay? Modern day farmed animals ain't part of the circle of life. They ain't out in nature, prancing around, sunbathing, smelling flowers and having sex.
Sex.
These animals come from factory farms. You get it? Factory farms are breeding these animals by the billions. It's all about supply and demand. Right now, a lot of people want to eat these shitty foods like meat, eggs, and dairy. But as more and more people learn about how awesome veganism is, then the demand for the animal products is going to go down, and there will be fewer and fewer factory farms until eventually there won't be any factory farms because we's all going to be vegans.
Factory farms aren't completely unnatural. The animals are still animals. They're not robot animals.
Oh, these animals are about as unnatural as you can get. They're artificially inseminated and genetically altered, and they get their natural bits cut off, like their beaks and their toes and their teeth and their ears and their tails, and they get their ball sacks cut off.
They get their ball sacks cut off?
Yep. They're pumped full of unnatural stuff too, like antibiotics and growth hormone, and their food is unnatural. They're fed hair and feathers and plastic and manure and diseased animals, and even animals from the same species, feeding cows to cows and chickens to chickens and pigs to pigs. Fucking disgusting.
Well, at least the animals are getting fed sometimes animals in the wild starve to death. Factory farms couldn't be all bad, otherwise the government would shut them down.
Animal agribusiness is the government. Animal agribusiness doesn't break any laws because animal agribusiness writes the fucking laws.
Well, I still think there are worse places to be than in factory farms. I read on the internet about a little puppy who got lost in a canyon and he didn't have any food and he was starving and his ribs were showing. I bet that puppy would have loved to go to a factory farm and get some food.
Mountain weed, you can do all the mental gymnastics you want, but deep down you know that factory farming is wrong. You know that hurting animals is wrong.
Zeke, it's been great talking to you. I hope that I have been able to plant a seed in your mind so that you can see the circle of life is a good thing. I don't think it's a coincidence that omnivore starts with the letter O, a circle of life.
Mountain weed, I have to get going, but I brought a leaflet for you to read.
Zeke, I don't want any more negativity from you today.
Mountain weed, I'm going to leave this leaflet with you. Here's another smile for your amusement. I gotta get going. You have yourself a good day. Thanks for talking with me.
And I must purify, cleanse my temple of light with some positive vibrations. Oh, what doesn't that Zeke character understand about the circle of life? The circle of life is everywhere. This drum is a circle. The pot on my head is a circle that I wear to show my solidarity with the other potheads of the world. Free Mark Emery. Oh, the circle of life. Plants eat animals, animals eat plants. It's the circle. Why doesn't Zeke go give a lecture to the plants, go tell them what to eat and leave me alone? Oh.